Namo Buddhaya. First of all, I need to ask a question from you. Why do bad things happen always to good people? Now, I know this is a question that most of us have asked from ourselves in our life. So when the miserable things happen to our life, when unexpected things happen to our life, normally we ask from ourselves, why always me? Why these things happen only to myself? What is the wrong with me? So our great teacher, Supreme Buddha, taught a wonderful fact about the life. Supreme Buddha taught us, Sabbe Dhamma Anattati. That means everything is not yourselves. It is not under your control. So life also not under your control. Remember that. We are living a life. This is not a fantasy. This is not a movie. This is not a dream. This is a real life. The nature of the real life is, it is unpredictable. We don't know what will happen in the next time. Can you guess what will happen in the next time? In the next moment? In the next second? No, no one knows that. Right? And also, our life is uncertain. We don't know in the next moment we will lose our life. Right? So there's a big mystery about the future. Right? So, when the miserable things happen to our life, when unexpected things happen to our life, remember, the nature of our mind is to always regret about that. Right? We have a great sensitivity. We have a big sensitivity to the negative side of our life. Right? There are so many problems that we face in our life when we are living this life. So when we face those problems, when we are going through tough times, when the misery and the unfortune hits our life, we may start to regret about those past miserable memories. Right? So what we have to do to get rid of this negativity is, always we need to look for the bright side of our life. There are so many things that we can be happy by thinking about our life. But keeping away all those good things, we always focus on the negative side. That is why most of the people in this outer world, in this society, they are regretting about the small things that happened in our life, in their life. But they have thousands and thousands of things that they can be happy by thinking about. Right? So what we have to do to escape from this negativity is to always focus on the good things about your life as well as the good things about the others' lives. And that is how we practice to bring our thought process from negativity to positivity. And remember, life is unfair, right? We think that we are good people and we expect that good things will happen always to us. But remember, karma and life does not care about you. It doesn't care how good you are or how bad you are and how successful you are, what social status you are in. It doesn't care. It has its own ways. Karma has its own ways. So there will be tough times. And also there will be easy times and happy times Life is like a book, remember. When we are reading a book, we go through sad chapters. We go through happy chapters. We go through adventurous chapters. But if someone met a sad chapter and if he stopped reading that book, if he stopped reading that book and keep it away because it was a sad chapter, you cannot enjoy the whole essence of the book. Life is also like that. When we are living our life, there will be happy chapters, there will be sad chapters of our life, and also there will be adventurous chapters. But if we stop in the sad chapters of our life, what will happen? We will never make our life successful. Remember that. That is why they say if you focus on the pain, you will start to suffer. But if you focus on the lesson, you will start to grow. So when the life teaches you hard lessons, tough lessons, right? When you are going through the tough times, problems, maybe they are physical problems, mental problems, social problems, relationship problems, whatever problem it is, you should not make that problem a destination, right? You have to go through them. And that is why they say you will grow through what you go through. So what you have to think is, you need to think this life is unfair. And that is why Supreme Buddha said, Sabbang paravasang dukkhang. Everything that is under others' control is a suffering. We cannot expect everything will be happen according to our wishes, because some things in lives are under others' control. And also Supreme Buddha said, Sadharanang vihanyanti. That is a great saying of Supreme Buddha. If you expect the fairness from this unfair life, you will end up as an exhausted person. You will end up as a tired and fatigued person, because life is unfair, and the problem is that we are expecting the fairness from our life. Therefore, do not expect always the fairness in your life. Bad things may always happen to good people. And also, good things also are happening to the good people. So when the bad things happen to you, what you have to do is bring your focus from negativity to the positivity. Bring your focus from the dark side of your life to the bright side. See, there are so many things that you can be happy by thinking about yourself. I don't know what they are, but there are many things. Everyone has bright side of their life. What we need to do to be happy with ourselves, to make our life a successful one, is to focus on that positivity. The more you focus on the positivity, the more you will become happier, and the more you will be able to make your life and remake your problems and faults in your life and live a happy life forever. So bring your focus from the negativity to the positivity, and do not expect the fairness from this unfair life. Namo Buddhaya. Namo Buddhaya. Today I'm going to share a wonderful story with you. Once in ancient India, our Mahabodhisattva, whom we called the Buddha to be, was born to a family of traders. He grew older and he became the leader for 500 caravan of traders. So they packed their food, water and rations to cross long, long deserts. So one day, while they were traveling to sell their goods to faraway cities, they came across to an edge of a desert. So in order to get to the city, they had to cross this desert. So this wise Mahabodhisattva, this young trader, decided that it is very harsh and it is very dangerous to travel this desert in the daytime because the sun was too hot and the sand was too hot, like burning charcoal. So they decided to travel in night and to rest in the daytime. So they arranged their carts in a circle in the daytime and they rest under the carts, under the shades. And they started crossing the desert in the night. After a couple of days later, the desert guides said that they have reached their destination and they are one night away to the city. So the traders was very happy and they ate everything that they had and they drank their water because they had to reduce their weights in the cart. So while traveling at the night, the desert guides lost their path. And after traveling a long, long circle, they returned back to the middle of the desert. Now, when the sun rose in the next day, they realized that they had lost their way and they have come to the middle of the desert. Now they are in the middle of the desert and they have no water and they have no food to eat. So everyone was parched, everyone was tired, and everyone was suffering from thirst. So everyone gave up all of their hopes and they laid down on the hot sand, resigning their life to the fate. But this young trader, our Mahabodhisattva, thought, if I give up my hopes, everyone would die. If I give up my courage, everyone will be in danger. So I must find a solution to cross this desert and I must find a way to find some water to these people. So while our Mahabodhisattva was walking here and there thinking of a solution, he saw a bunch of grass has grown on the desert. Then the Mahabodhisattva decided, if there is a bunch of grass, there must be a stream of water running beneath this bunch of grass. Then he called to everyone and said, dig under this bunch of grass and you will find water. Everyone was happy and they took their spades and mametes and they started digging a hole in that place. After hours and hours of digging, they came to a surface of a stone. Everyone was tired. Everyone was crying because they could not break the stone. They could not find any sign of water. Then everyone laid down around the hole and they started crying and started yelling at the leader. But our Mahabodhisattva didn't give up. He searched for a person who has the courage to do something about this disaster. Then he called to a boy and Mahabodhisattva said, son, if you give up, we all are in danger. Take this sledgehammer and start striking to the stone. There must be water beneath the surface of the stone. This boy was courageous enough to do that. He believed in the words of the tradesman, and he took the sledgehammer, went down to the hole, and he started striking hard to the stone. First strike, the stone didn't break. Second strike, it didn't break. Third strike, it did nothing. He summoned up every part of the strength, every single strength that was inside his body, and he struck hard to the stone surface. The stone surface broken. A huge gush of water cascaded from the stone, filling the hole within no time. Everyone was happy. Everyone drank water. Everyone fed their oxen, and they filled their vessels with water, and they started traveling. They started crossing the desert again. And finally, they reached to the city happily. Dear children, dear devotees, sometimes when we try for our success, when we do the things that make our lives successful, it seems a bit harder. Sometimes you may feel that you should give up. Remember, you will fail only if you quit, if you give up. If you did not give up, one day you will achieve the successfulness in your life. Therefore, sometimes success may be one step away from our life. All we need to do is go for that, do that, take some risk, and find your success in your life. Because doing these things, doing the things which makes our life better, doing the things which brings the happiness to our life is hard. So you have to remember that if you give up only, you will fail. Therefore, never give up. Always work for your success. Although it is hard, one day that success will make your life happy. So never give up being a good person, and never give up being successful in your life. Namo Buddhaya, Tirvan Saranai. Namo Buddhaya. As humans, it is a common nature that we make mistakes in our lives. There's a beautiful Sinhalese saying that says, making mistakes is the nature of human, and forgiving someone is the nature of a God. So mistakes can happen at any time, anywhere from us. That is the nature. So when we make mistakes, very few of us ask for the forgiveness from others. Very few of us have the strength to say, I'm sorry. Remember, when you say sorry to someone, it doesn't mean that you are wrong. You need to ask for forgiveness from people. Don't be shy to that. It doesn't show that you are a weak person. Because if you know that you have made a mistake, then only you can have the ability to make it correct. If you did not accept your mistakes, if you did not own your mistakes, you will never correct the faults in your life. So you need to practice to say the word, I'm sorry. And also, sometimes you may accused by people for the mistakes that you haven't done. In such instances, we try to prove them that we are right. We are not wrong. If you haven't done anything wrong, remember, you don't want to prove that you are right, because you already haven't done something wrong. So, in such instances, the best thing to do is to stay silent. Stay positive, because they don't know what we have done or haven't done. So you don't want to prove them. You don't want to argue with them. You don't want to yell at them. Just stay silent and smile. So if there is a mistake that has happened from yourself, what you have to do is humbly accept that fault and say, I'm sorry. I will never do it again. So if you can say that word from the deepest place from your heart, right, you have a strong mentality. Remember, only the people with strong mentalities, only the people with strong minds can tell, I'm sorry to someone. So learn to say, I'm sorry. Learn to ask for the forgiveness and also learn to give the forgiveness to others. Because we all are humans. It is the nature of a human to make mistakes. But if you forgive them, if you ask for the forgiveness, that is a nature of a God. Namo Buddhaya Thiruvan Saranai. One day, our great teacher, Supreme Buddha, was questioned by a monk. The monk asked, "Oh, Venerable Sir, is there any great good human quality that gives the birth to all other good human qualities?" Then our great teacher, Supreme Buddha, replied, "Dear monk, there is a single great quality, good human quality, which gives the birth to all other good human qualities. And that human quality is known as the gratitude." Gratitude, what do you mean by that? Gratitude means the ability to be thankful for the helps that one has received from others. So if you can be thankful for the people who helped you on your life's journey from the deepest place from your heart, if you can say thank you to them, that means you have a heart of gratefulness. You have a big heart. So when we come to this world, we were helpless. But there were two great people who greeted us to this world, and they are our parents. Parents greeted us, they nurtured us, they fed us, they took care of us, they showed us the correct path. So all those helps, all these helps were received to our life by our great parents. So Supreme Buddha said, you need to be grateful for your parents. You need to help your parents. You need to help your parents when they need your help. So if you can help, if you can attend to your parents, that means you have a heart of gratitude. Supreme Buddha said, attending and taking care of one's parents is a blessing for that person. It is a blessing for his life. So, when you are living in your life, be grateful for every single person who helped you to make your life a better one. There are so many people out there who helped you. Your parents, your teachers, your mentors, your friends, your colleagues, every one of us. We cannot live alone in this world. We need the help from others. So you need to go to them and say thank you. Thank you for being with me. Thank you for helping me. Say those words from the deepest place in your heart, from a mind with honesty. Then you will feel a peacefulness within your heart. That means being grateful for someone, saying thank you for someone is not a weakness. It is not a bad thing. Normally, people think that we don't need help from others. Remember, we cannot live alone in this world. We need the help from other people. So there is one great quality that gives the birth to all other good human qualities. Patience, kindness, compassion. There are so many, thousands and thousands of great good human qualities. But if you don't have the gratitude within your heart, the quality of gratefulness within your heart, you cannot build other good human qualities. So be grateful for every person who helped you in your life journey, and say thank you to them, make them happy, and see the joy in their faces and their hearts. So if you have a heart of great gratitude, that means you have a big heart. Namo Buddhaya, Teruvan Saranai.